Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? We got Deborah Ashley here. For those who not know, this is your podcast host, Deborah Ashley, the host of Still Human. We are here to explore life after prison and the path to second chances. I'm your host. I'm here to share stories, tools, and resources to help formerly incarcerated individuals and their families thrive. Today's episode is going to be about coping through daily habits, right? So, just want to work on a couple things, right, just before we start. So I've been working on coming up with a plan to doing this thing called surviving to thriving, right? And what that looks like and what that means. And I'm doing a lot of experimenting, and it's definitely a unique process. But let's get into it. This is episode 5, so let's get into it, right? Excuse me, y'all. So listen, right? So how are we turning our hurtful moments into a thriving, surviving moment, right? So success isn't about grand gestures or life-changing moments. It's about on the small, consistent actions we take every day. Habits shape who we are and what we achieve. Today we're going to explore the power of daily habits and how they can take you from just surviving to truly thriving. So let's focus on the little things that lead to big changes, right? So if you come with me on this journey to reflect for a second, just hear me out, right? So when I started focusing on my habits, excuse me, pardon me. My goodness. So let's start this. So when I started focusing on my habits, I didn't realize how much they would shape my life. For me, reading every day became my escape and my way to grow. Exercise, it wasn't about getting fit at first. It was about proving to myself that I could commit to something, even if it was just 10 minutes a day. And gratitude, that was a game changer. Every morning, I'd write down 3 things I'm grateful for, even on the hard days. Those practices weren't magic, but I just want to dissect that moment to reflect, right? So, life after prison is you. Even though you get a second chance at freedom, you still get to commit to things that you're gonna do on a daily, right? And which is like such a true gift, because I'm experiencing it, I'm understanding it, I'm going through the process. So like every day, right, I finally got a job, and it's a morning shift. So usually I'm getting up between either 4 to 6 in the morning to arrive to work, right? And I always get up 2 extra hours early, or take a shower to do my spiritual grounding, and my clothes are set out. I listen to motivational videos, and I do all that in the span of like an hour and exercise, so that by the time I leave my room, start my car, being warmed up, ready to face the day. That's how I start my day, and or relearn new things, I'm open to it. So try not to be afraid to recommit, right, or to relearn, because we're all in a certain position where it may take longer, or you may find, you may find your own way to tackle this life of freedom, right? This second chance. And I do the gratitude thing. I do that. Well, I'm working on the exercise part. It's more mental than anything, but I'm getting back into that. But yeah, I take the time to, even if I don't physically write down, there's some stuff that I write down, but like on my calendar, I write stuff down on my calendar, on my phone, on paper. I believe in to-do lists because I like getting stuff done, and I don't want it to interfere or hinder my own growth, because that's what I'm really focused on. But those very things aren't just a remedy or the ingredients to just living, but it's the result to the life that I'm choosing to live, right? And yeah, it brings clarity, it brings focus, but also a sense of control over my life, but that I didn't have before on the inside. And the quote was like, it's like building a brick by but there's something that's learning about the basics, and even though it's brick by brick, there's a group of people that I'm working with that's taking step by step and teaching me to just understand the realm of business and the footsteps that I'm going to be taking, and I believe in them as they believe in me, and I'm like all in it. So like I meet with them every single week, and sometimes once or twice a week, because I really want this and I want to do it right. So I have to do my part, my homework. So yeah, I'm getting up every day, which is a gift, right? And each moment, everything that I do, I try to train my mind. I try to train my mind to put it in a significant mind frame, so that whatever I do, I give it my all, and I just appreciate it a lot more. So I got some tips for you guys, right, to check this out. So number one, when you are trying to continue on with these daily habits, number one, start small. Okay, so if you don't have to simply 2 habits, right? Maybe it can be journaling just for 5 minutes. Take a piece of paper out, pen or pencil, or if you're more glued or connected to your iPhone, use those tools on there. 5 to 10 minutes a day, or even taking a walk, meditating, doing like a meditation walk, just to get your body moving, and sometime throughout the day, or like after dinner. That way you're winding down. And the key is to keep it manageable, because you don't want to do too much and be overwhelmed and not enjoy the process of a new journey. Okay. Number 2, attach new habits to existing ones. So if you want to journal, right, do it right after your morning coffee, and want to exercise, pair it with the time you're already free. That makes your new habits easier to remember and stick with. I think for me, the activities of exercising it, right? I watch all the stuff, as I scroll, and I'm like, what? Let me stop scrolling. That amount of time I'm scrolling, I can complete an exercise, correct? And but I gotta you know, jump out there, not hinder myself from growing, right? Because that's what I'm trying to be about. So the next one, number 3, please, 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 I cannot stress this. I can't stress enough to reward yourself while you're in the midst of these levels that you're passing, right? So every time you stick to your habit, celebrate it. Thank yourself, forgive yourself. It doesn't have to be a big reward. It could be treating yourself to your favorite snack, or just acknowledging your progress. Reinforce the positive behaviors so you want to keep going forward. If you have an accountability friend, if you have a friend that is accountable to your success or to your process, that's in your corner, include them. Because sometimes, like, what I'm doing now, like, for someone who's like struggling with depression a little bit, anything that I'm doing within my home, I'll call my friends, and they're the ones that I talk to, like, early in the morning. I text them throughout the day, and just before I go to sleep, I talk to them. But while I'm talking to them, I'm like doing other work. I am like, working on my business. I'm reading a book. I'm looking at other videos, and they're like, "Aren't you not paying attention?" Like, I am, but I'm also just, while talking to you, it gives me a little motivation to stay focused. So I'm just thinking back on those very things. Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you guys, right? So, as I'm coping through these daily habits, I found it something very interesting today, right? So today was originally my day off, right? But I went into work, and how I got into work, because a coworker that I'm getting along with, we worked on the same shift, but he just basically asked me, "Oh, can I come in for him, like, do his hours, so that he can, do what he has to do." I'm like, "All right, boom, got you." So what made me more connected to what I'm about to tell you guys is this, right? This is my little personal story. I already knew the time I was going to wake up. I already knew, because I set my alarm the day before. I already knew what I was going to wear, because I have a destination, right? I already knew the mindset that I was going to have, because I'm determined to set myself up for the future. So, meaning, like, I don't expect handouts. I am very grateful for my family, my friends who support me, and I just want it to be my turn to do well on something that I don't have to be afraid of doing. So I get up with the urgency to finish. I get up with the urgency to love myself, to take advantage where, like, even though money is not the focus, but money makes things happen, and I feel like that's a fact. So, and how I set that up is say yes to the opportunity. If you feel as that, like, you have it in you, which everything that you need to know is within inside of you, please take advantage of all the opportunities that come in front of you. Not all of them, but just weigh them out. And if you know that you're good at it, or you're open to learn, or just being it to assist, go ahead, please do so, because you'll make it a step further, and that's what I feel. So, like, even though I'm tired, so, like, to be honest, it was very hard to, like, what's today, Tuesday, going on Wednesday, right? I was supposed to record and post on Sunday, But I just been like so focused on trying to get some work in and trying to get some money saved up. But I was gonna go to bed early tonight, knowing I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me get up. Clara made a commitment, and I already told the story twice to two other people, in a different YouTube video. But I wanted to use this per se to get acclimated, get committed, and get real, and because I'm on fire for the second chance of freedom and the protection that I'm willing to do for it, where to move smarter, to be wise in decision making, and be more aware, because I can't just be ripping running the streets. Like, anytime I leave the house is for a purpose, and I just can't be like, what I mean? I gotta be smart I got to be smarter with money anyway. So, I promised myself either sometime before my birthday or a good 6 months, and that's when, I'm gonna hopefully I'll have some things lined up. But until then, I'm gonna stick to the simple things. I'm going to continue to get up, attach the exercises to the things I'm doing, even if it's something small, and then I'm gonna reward myself. And my main reward is really a lot of self-talk, a lot of working on transparency, forgiving myself, and I'm starting to see that. I'm very, very grateful, because there's grace, and I can only get that from God, But here's some things. Here's a key takeaway I would like to see with you guys, right? Enough for the mushy gushy stuff. So a key takeaway I have for you is this: daily habits are the building blocks of a thriving life, right? They're the small but powerful actions that compound over time to create success. And now I just need you to remember, right? Remember, thriving doesn't come from one big leap, but from the tiny steps you take every day. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how your life begins to transform. So, let me break that down a little bit, right? So, for example, there's a lot of, I believe in multiple revenue, right? And I'm hoping I'm doing this the right time around. I'm doing the right studying. So I've been posting YouTube videos because, small creators are, they get to post content, and after a while they'll get, a partnership with YouTube and get monetization. So at first, it was hard to do that, and once I realized I was able to see myself, see my reflection, and do it every day, I started getting more confident within myself, right? And I believe that there's levels to this, right? So, like, the main key, they have this certain key algorithms that work when you use the right words, the right buzzwords, and the right consistency, and take the time to study. Those are the things I've been doing, and I talk about it mostly all the time. And just to think, just 20 minutes a day can change anything and everything. So if you worry about like whole hour, just start with 20 minutes. Just start with 20 minutes, and you realize for 365 days, watch how much you have grown, watch the results, and be open to succeed. Be open for new challenges, right? So I just want y'all just think about that, reflect on that before moving forward. And, these last couple things I want to share with you is this. Hold on now. Don't give up. I'm not there yet. But those are my closing remarks. And also just want to just thank you. Thank you for joining me today on Still Human Podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, I encourage you to take one small step toward building a habit that helps you to thrive. And remember, you're not just surviving, you're building a life you can be proud of, one habit at a time. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and stay human. Alright, y'all. So remember, thank you for tuning in. I hope today's episode has given you insight and encouragement to reconnect with yourself and with loved ones. Remember, rebuilding relationships is a journey, but you don't have to walk it alone. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with someone who might benefit. And don't forget to follow if you need more of a connection or email, you can email me at alwaysstillhuman@gmail.com. Alright, this is your girl, Deborah Ashley. I'm out.